Hey everybody, welcome back. Tommy D, Johnny, Lowe. The Breeders' Cup is here. If you've been following along, we took a look at 13 horses along our inside look to the Breeders' Cup. We are down to 10 now. We're down to 10. The Breeders' Cup post positions have been drawn, Johnny. We're going to do our top 5 for you right now. Johnny, you got to be pretty jacked up. Breeders' Cup, it's here. We've been talking about it. We finally made it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been waiting for a while for this. This has been a big year, a little different, obviously, with everything going on and the Kentucky Derby being later and how everybody's strategy's been trying to get their horse to the big race. But we're here. It's this weekend. We've got a beautiful field. Horses stayed healthy. Everybody's really going to the big dance this year. Nobody's skipping out. And it looks like a field of 10 really contentious horses, and I can't wait.
Yeah, I agree, Johnny. Competitive field, one of the best classics we've seen probably in a long time. Like you said, all the big horses are showing up to run in this showdown, Breeders' Cup at Keeneland. Well, let's get right to it. We've been giving you a top 5 on all the big races, and we're going to do it right now. So, number 5 on our hip horse, top 5 Breeders' Cup classic picks is, Johnny, number 5.
So, our number 5 pick is going to be a horse that ran in the Kentucky Derby last year. It's going to be the 3-horse By My Standards. By My Standards has been maturing really well. He's had a really good year this year. He's ran against Improbable and Tom's Day top multiple times, so he's been going with the top class of the horses that are out there. He's by Golden Sense. This is going to be Golden Sense's first progeny to run in the race. Golden Sense is by In the Mischief. In the Mischief has only had one runner who was Owendale. Owendale ran 10th. You'll see Owendale earlier in the card. He'll be running in the Breeders' Cup Mile. By My Standards is Out of a Jealous Woman by Mukhtarib, which is a Mr. Prospector line. The Mr. Prospector line on the Fem line, or on the bottom side, I'm sorry, has won 6 of the last 20 Breeders' Cups. So it's not a bad stat right there. And the Fem line has a 12-generation streak of producing black-type winners, going all the way back to Tease Over in 1893. So there's definitely class. It's going back well over 100 years here.
Yeah, I mean, I like By My Standards. Like you said, this horse last time out won the Ellie Sheba Grade 2 at Churchill Downs. Before that, second in the Whitney, right behind Improbable, right in that race with Tom's Day Tot and Improbable. That was much impressive to me. And then comes back and wins the Ellie Sheba. Calhoun is the trainer here. Gabriel Saez has been the rider. Not sure who's up right now on that. I didn't get to check on that. Stephen F. Foster, second in that. First in the Gotham Handicap. This horse has won some big races. Had a nice workout at Churchill, 59-8, going 5 furlongs. It was the best of 16 on that day. I expect this horse to sit right off the pace, and for this race, I think this horse can set up and can surprise some people, Johnny. So, By My Standards, I like the opportunity here.
Yeah, it's going to be Gabriel Saez.
Hey, thank you for that. I should have double-checked that. Gabriel Saez, I'd like to see him back up. By My Standards, that's number 5. All right, here we go. Number 4 on our list, Johnny. Who do we got?
So number 4 on our list is going to be the longest shot on our list, actually. At morning line odds of 20-1, we're going to go with Global Campaign. Global Campaign is by Curlin, who's thrown Keen Ice, Connect, last year's winner Vino Rosso, Exaggerator, Palace Malice, and many more. Curlin's by Smart Strike. Smart Strike is the only horse in the last 20 years to sire 2 Preakness winners, as well as he's the grandfather of the last 2 Breeders' Cup Classic winners, an Accelerate as well as Vino Rosso. Accelerates by Looking at Lucky, whose sire was Smart Strike. Global Campaign is out of Globetrot, who dropped Bolt d'Oro, 6.1 winner, as well as Black Type winner Sonic Mule. Used by AP Indy. Not a strong line on the bottom in the Classics, but his Fem line has 6 straight Black Type winners. I think this horse is the real deal, and obviously his broodmare has been producing nothing but runners. With that top line, that bottom line, I think a mile and a quarter should be right up his alley.
I mean, Global Campaign. I like this one. Johnny won the Woodward Grade 1 last time out at Saratoga. Tacitus was in that race. Everyone thought Tacitus was going to win. Global Campaign looked very impressive in that race. Won 3 out of 4 starts this year. Also won the Monmouth Cup. 9 starts, 6 wins on his career. The owner's connections are very strong. You got Sagamore Farms and Windstar pairing up for a strong connection here. Also a strong workout, 49-2, 15 out of 41 at Churchill Downs, so working out real nice. Stanley Hugh is going to be the trainer here, and I think he's 24% winner, on the year, 50% in the money. Roughly, those numbers could be hit or miss a little bit, but this horse, Global Campaign, I think could be a sneaky one, Johnny, that might be able to sneak up, like you said, get in the superfecta, trifecta, maybe even the exacta. Who knows in the year 2020? But we're talking about Global Campaign as number 4. All right, should we move on to number 3?
Let's do it.
All right, who do we got? Number 3.
So number 3 is going to be the horse coming from the only double-digit post number in the entire race. And he's probably the biggest conspiracy horse there is out there. He was DQ'd from last year's Kentucky Derby. You might know him better as Maximum Security. Maximum Security is by New Year's Day, who's by Streets Cry. New Year's Day won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Streets Cry is the sire of Zenyatta, who came in first, as well as second, being the only filly or mare to ever win the race. And Street Sense, who is by Streets Cry as well, ran fourth. Street Sense sired McKinsey, who ran second last year. And Maximum Security is out of Lil Indy by Anna Sheed, who's by AP Indy, the 1992 winner. Femline second dam Cresta Lil dropped flat out, winner of $3.65 million, who ran in the Breeders' Cup Classic 3 times. His best finish was 3rd place. There's a lot for this horse to prove, but he's obviously proved a lot in his career. I think this is going to be the controversial horse everybody's leaning towards. It's 7-2 morning line. I feel like that might float up a little bit.
Hey, Johnny, I agree. Max Security, Bob Baffert barn, he's got 3 dynamite starters here in this race, but Maximum Security hasn't done much wrong. Last race it did lose to Improbable, but before that, just looking very impressive. Came from the service barn, as you said, lots of controversy there. We gave it out on the Derby video last year, but Maximum Security is one of those horses. It's won so many big races. It's in the Bob Baffert barn, and I believe that this horse can win the race, Johnny. I know that you're a big fan of this horse, but when you win such big races and the earnings that this horse has produced, Bob Baffert is going to have this horse ready to fire. I know he's excited to have it in his barn. It's tough because you got 3 Baffert horses to look at this year, but Maximum Security looks to be probably one of the better ones with Improbable. So, all right, let's move on to number 2. Number 2, who do we got?
So number 2 is going to be last year's Kentucky Derby favorite, also a Bob Baffert runner, Improbable. Improbable is by City Zip. City Zip sired Collected, who ran second to the legendary Gun Runner. City Zip is by Carson City, who is the sire of a really, really famous horse in Pollard's Vision, who I think was a fan favorite for a while there. It goes back to the Mr. Prospector line. City Zip is out of Baby Zip, who also dropped Go Sapper, who holds the record for the fastest Breeders' Cup Classic in history. Improbable is out of Rare Event by AP Indy. 2 of the first 3 mares in the Fem line are black type. The third of which, Turkish Tryst, dropped hard spun. He really has class on top and bottom, and after his big win last time out in the Awesome Again, I think he showed what kind of guts, grit, and determination he has. I think this 1.25 miles should be to his liking.
Yeah, I think you said it right there. That last race in the Awesome Again with Maximum Security just put Improbable on another level to a lot of people, especially coming out of the same barn. The horse is very impressive. If you look at the wins, Hollywood Gold Cup, the Whitney, Awesome Again, Oak Lawn Mile, all of them he won by 3/4 lengths or more. In most cases, he won by more. Improbable has been talked about for a long time in his career. Bob Baffert loves this colt and been talking about him for a while. High hopes, and it's got him in the right place to win the Classic here. And after last race, I think he's got one of the best shots for the Bob Baffert horse to win the race. Johnny, anything else you want to add to Improbable?
Yeah, we were before the last race going into it. We were talking about it. And we said if Improbable won that race, there was a good shot that he was going to be the morning line favorite, and that's the way it looks right now. He's the morning line favorite, and I think the betting public is probably going to back him. Obviously, there was some questions about if City Zip could sire a horse that could get the distance. Collected looks like he wasn't a fluke, and Improbable looks like he's ready to go. So. Even though he's no longer around, City Zip did end up with a couple horses that can get the classic distance.
Yeah, no, I like that. I think Improbable is, the best Baffert horse in the race. I mean, obviously 3 solid Baffert horses. He's won the race many times, so you got to pay attention. And Improbable, number 2 on our list. So you're wondering, who do we have at 1, everybody? But before we get to 1, down in the comment box down on the bottom, you'll see a link for free Breeders' Cup picks. And we're going to be doing a Hip Horse newsletter. Free Breeders' Cup picks. We're going to give you our top picks for each race. Me and Johnny will send that over to you. Breeders' Cup Thursday night or Friday morning. So sign up for that. We're going to have more interviews. We're going to be doing some more stories and stuff for you, free picks. So sign up for that e-newsletter. It doesn't cost anything. Also hit that like button, subscribe, ring the bell. We're here for horse racing information for you, and also we got our top 5. Let us know who you like. I know that there's some of you who are going to disagree and you're going to say, hey, why didn't you have this horse? But hey, throw it down in there and tell us why you think it's going to win. All right, Johnny, enough of the small talk. Let's get to number 1. Who do we got for number 1?
So our number 1 pick is going to be number 4 in your program. He's going to be the oldest horse in the race. And if he wins, he'll be the oldest horse in the history of the Breeders' Cup Classic to ever win the race. We're talking Tom's de Tot here. Tom's de Tot is by Smart Strike. Smart Strike is 1 for 3 as a sire in the race. Curlin, obviously, is the winner that he's had. We went over that a little earlier. Last 2 years, his progeny that Smart Strike is sired the winner of the race. 7 of the last 10 have been by the Mr. Prospector line, which that's what Smart Strike is, the Mr. Prospector line. Tom's de Tot is out of Julia Tuttle by Giants Causeway, who's the second dam for Gunrunner, who was the winner a few years ago at Del Mar. His sire, Candy Ride, was actually dropped by Tom de Tot's 3rd dam on the Fem line, Candy Girl. The horse just exudes class. He's got probably one of the better Mr. Prospector line sires that you could possibly have in Smart Strike. He sires them on the dirt, the turf, doesn't matter. I think English Channel is a really, really good turf sire. He's by Smart Strike. Curlin on the dirt by Smart Strike. And on the bottom side, you have all these connections to horses like Gunrunner and Candy Ride. Tom's de Tot is going to be ready to go. At 7 years old, he's going to be looking at that far turn, and he's going to head for home with quite the rush. And hopefully at 6-1, we get to keep odds like that.
Yeah, Johnny, hey, I like where your head's at here. Let's take a little bit more of a shot here. Al Stahl Jr. is the trainer. The 7-year-old had a bad stumble last time out in the Whitney. The reason why, definitely lost the race. Improbable and by my standards in that race. But, if this horse gets better out of the gate, took some time off, Al Stahl decided, let's give it a little freshen up. I think we got to like that coming into the race. Gets a little breather. And a 7-year-old, we haven't seen an old horse win it. But, most of the time, these horses, when they're that good, they go to the shack or they go breeding or they get out of the game. But Al Stahl, this horse has been doing everything right to keep it running, and the connections say, why not? We're living up to our dream, and they want to be in the Classic, Johnny, and that's where they're going to be. And guess what? That's where they are. And we got him in number 1 on our list. Like I said, 3rd in the Whitney. Before that, he won 4 in a row, including the Stephen F. Foster, the Oaklawn Mile, the Clark Stakes, and the Faith. This is a true racehorse, lightly raced for a 7-year-old, but I think he's going to be sneaky here, Johnny, and I think you're going to be able to get a fair price on him. So that's number 1 on our list, Tom's de Tot. What else should we say before we get out of here? How about the pace? How do you see the pace playing?
I think it could be a decently hot pace, and with those tight turns at Keeneland, it's something to really pay attention to. You don't want the front runners to just kind of get away with that short stretch. Obviously, Authentic from the outside is probably going to send. Maximum Security likes to send. You've got Tiz the Law, who's on the inside. He doesn't like to get dirt kicked in his face. If I'm Barclay Tag, I'm telling the rider, let's go. Global Campaign likes to be out towards the lead. I think strategically for the race, Tom's de Tot, by my standards, Improbable, they kind of have a little bit of an edge as far as the pace goes if they stay close. If they drop too far back, those horses in the front might tire down the stretch, but they're going to be hard to catch with the small stretch. One other thing we do know is in the state of Kentucky, although it was Churchill Downs, Al Stahl got the job done. He got the job done when he beat Zenyatta and broke our hearts with Blame. We'll see what happens here. Maybe he breaks somebody else's heart and gets Tom Zaytada up there. The old
break
grandpa.
our hearts.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hopefully not yours if you're playing along with us. But hey, thanks guys, Johnny. One more thing actually. What about? I know I'm throwing a curveball at you here. How about if weather-wise? Do you see any of these horses with strong pedigree? For some reason, if it was happened to rain on Classic Day.
It's going to be beautiful weather for the Classic.
Well, there you go.
I took a look at that, and I don't know. The forecast in Kentucky, I'm sure, changes every half an hour. But as far as it says right now, it looks to be about 60 degrees and sunny. It should be really good weather for everybody.
Yeah, I hope so, Johnny. I think that, that's the best one when we have good conditions. So having a fair track that all the horses can run on, I think that's the best, especially when you got all the best horses in the world. We're talking Breeders' Cup 2020. We're talking about the Classic. We just gave us our top 5 coming at you on the hip horse. Hit that like, subscribe, ring the bell. Tommy D, Johnny Lowe. Breeders' Cup 2020, baby. We made it. Let's go.